එදිනෙදා ඔබේ මුළු සිරුරටම රැකවරණයක්. සුදේශී කොඹ සබන්.
ලෙන්ගතුකම වැඩි කරගන්න ලව්ජු රුපියල් 50 අඩු කළා.
මාමේ එන්න අපිට එකක් බොමු.
Tonight, D-Day decision. Election Commission to meet on Monday to decide on date for parliamentary polls. Request denied. Colombo Additional Magistrate rejects request for arrest warrant for ex-Valikada OIC. Workers strike back. Facebook employees resign in protest of Zuckerberg's inaction on Trump inflammatory statements. Outlook positive. Sri Lanka's renowned hospitality shines forth as Dutch researcher praises country's virus efforts. All this and much more coming up on this Wednesday, the 3rd of June 2020.
සිරා කොක්කක් සෙට් කරගන්න ඔබේ ඇඳුම එළිය රැකගන්න.
නවරින් සෑම සේවීමකින්ම ඇඳුමට අලුත් එළිය.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
Good evening and welcome to First at 9. I'm Shanella Fernando. Moving on to your top stories for tonight. Chairman of the Election Commission Mahinda Deshapriya says the date for the holding of the general election will be determined when the commission meets next on Monday the 8th of June. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health today presented the commission a comprehensive set of guidelines to be adhered to in holding elections. The Election Commission met at the Election Secretariat in Rajagiriya today to discuss preparations for the general election.
අපට මැතිවරණය පැවැත්වීමට අදාළව ලබා දෙන මාර්ගෝපදේශ අද දින අප වෙත විශේෂඥ වෛද්‍ය අනිල් ජාසිංහ මහතා සහ එම කණ්ඩායම විසින් බාර දෙනු ලැබුවා. මේක අධ්‍යයනය කරාට පස්සේ අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා මැතිවරණය පැවැත්වීමේ දිනය සහ ඒට අදාළ ව්‍යවස්ථාපක දැන්වීම නිකුත් කිරීමේ කටයුතු ලබන සතියේ සඳුදා පැවැත්වෙන කමිෂන් රබා රැස්වීමේදී තීරණය කරා. අංක ලබා දීම පිළිබඳව තීරණය වෙන්නේ ලබන සඳහා. අපි හැම ඡන්ද මධ්‍යස්ථානයකම සෞඛ්‍ය කාර්ය මණ්ඩලයේ නිලධාරියෙක් අනියුක්ත කිරීමට අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. දැන් නඩු තීන්දුව ලැබුණයි කියලා ඡන්ද විමසීම තියන්න යෝගිතයි කියලා මේ වසංගතයේ අවසන් කියලා හිතන්නට අපි ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා දේශපාලන පක්ෂවලින් සහ අපේක්ෂකයන්ගේ මහා යෝධ දැවැන්ත මහා රැලි සංදර්ශන තියන්න එපා. රැස්වීම් වලට ජනතාව ප්‍රවාහනය කරවන්න එපා. කාර්යාලවල එකතු වෙලා කැරම් ගැසීම්, කාඩ් සෙල්ලම් කිරීම, විනෝද සංගීත සංදර්ශන ඒවා පැවැත්වීමෙන් වළකින්න සමාජ දුරස්ථභාවය තියාගන්න. මැතිවරණ කමිෂන් සභාවට කිසිම අවශ්‍යතාවයක් නැහැ. ඡන්ද විසීම් කල් දාන්න. ඒ වගේම ඡන්ද විසීම් පැවැත්වීම හරහා වසංගතයේ සමාජගත වුණා කියන තත්ත්වය ඇති කරගන්නත් මැතිවරණ කමිෂන් සභාවට අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. අපේ තේමාව COVID-19ට පරාජය ජනතාවට ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදය.
දැන් මේ වන විට COVID-19 පාලනයට නතු කරගත් තත්වයක තියෙන නිසා තමයි මේ මැතිවරණ ක්‍රියාවලිය ඉදිරියට ගෙන යාමට හැකි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. නමුත් මේ පාලනයට නතු කරගෙන තිබුණත් අපි දන්නවා ඕනෑම රටකට ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට පමණක් නෙවෙයි එසේ පාලනය නතු කරගත් ඕනෑම රටක අවදානම තිබෙනවා මේ රෝගීන් නැවත වාර්තා වීම. ඒ නිසා මෙහිදී වැදගත් වන්නේ සමාජ දුරස්ථභාවය, ඒ වගේම ශ්වසන ආචාරශීලීභාවය, ඒ වගේම අපේ අත් විස බීජ හරණය වූ තත්වයක තබා ගැනීම. එම මූලිකාංග ඔස්සේ තමයි අත් වශයෙන් ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් මේ විවිධ අවස්ථාවට ගැලපෙන ආකාරයට මාර්ගෝපදේශ සකස් කළා.
ඔබතුමාලා සෞඛ්‍ය නිර්දේශ විතරද ලබා දුන්නේ නැත්නම් මේකට කාලවකවානුකුත් එක්කද ඔබතුමාලාගේ නිර්දේශ ලබා දීම සිදු කරන්නේ? නැහැ මම මේ දිගටම ප්‍රකාශ කරපු කරුණක් තමයි කාලවකවානු ඒක අපගේ තීරණයක් නෙවෙයි. ඒක මැතිවරණ කොමිසමේ තීරණයක් කියලා තමයි අපි හිතන්නේ.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Health Pavitra Vanyarachi expressed views on health guidelines handed over to the Commission's chairman, which should be adhered to when holding the general election.
එහිදී සෞඛ්‍ය අමාත්‍යාංශ විසින් ලබා දුන්න නිර්දේශ වනුයේ තැපැල් ඡන්දය කෙසේ පැවැත්විය යුතුද? කුමන රාජ්‍ය සේවක කණ්ඩායම් තැපැල් ඡන්දයට සහභාගී කරගත යුතුද? ඒ වගේම ඡන්ද රැස්වීම පැවැත්විය යුත්තේ කුමන ආකාරයටද? ඒ වගේම ගෙයින් ගෙට යෑමේ කටයුතු සිදු කළ යුත්තේ කුමන ආකාරයටද? ඒ වගේම ඡන්ද දිනයේදී ඡන්ද විමසීම් කටයුතු කළ යුත්තේ කුමන ආකාරයටද? ඒ වගේම ඡන්ද ගණන් කිරීම සිදු විය යුත්තේ කුමන ආකාරයටද? මේ මාර්ගෝපදේශ ලැබීමත් එක්ක මං හිතනවා සෞඛ්‍ය ආරක්ෂිතව මැතිවරණය පවත්වන්නට අවශ්‍ය කටයුතු ඉතා ඉක්මනින් ක්‍රියාත්මක කර ගැනීමට හැකි වෙනවා කියලා.
In the meantime, the government printer Gangani Kalpana Liyanage states that the Gazette notification issuing the preferential numbers for the general election is being prepared. She added that the Gazette will be published after the election date is declared by the Commission. A spike has been reported in the number of COVID-19 infections among the foreign arrivals today. However, what is notable is that this figure continued to be among patients currently in quarantine. Meanwhile, the country recorded yet another day with no community transmissions recorded. Furthermore, 13 more infections were confirmed as of a short while ago.
Out of the 40 infections confirmed yesterday, 32 have been reported as foreign arrivals currently in quarantine, while 7 have been identified as naval personnel, with another one patient being an associate of a sailor.
ඊයේ දිනේ සිංගප්පූරුවේ සිට පැමිණි ගුවන් යානය මගින් ඒ වගේම තවත් ගුවන් යානයක මගින් මේ ගුවන් තොටුපළේදීම PCR පරීක්ෂණ සඳහා සාම්පල ගැනීමේ ක්‍රියාවලිය ආරම්භ කරා. ඒ අනුව ඒ අයගේ ප්‍රතිඵල අද දින ලබා දීමට නියමිතයි.
අද දිනය වන විට ත්‍රිවිධ හමුදා මගින් පාලනය කරනු ලබන නිරෝධායන මධ්‍යස්ථාන 43ක් තුල පුද්ගලයන් 5243 දෙනෙකු මේ වන විට නිරෝධායන වෙමින් නිරෝධායන මධ්‍යස්ථාන තුල වැඩි වශයෙන් රාජකාරී කරනු ලබන්නේ යුද්ධ හමුදා රණවිරුවන් වේ. ඔවුන්ට COVID-19 වෛරසය වැළඳීම වැළැක්වීම සඳහා ගත යුතු සියලු ආරක්ෂිත ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගෙන ඇති නමුත් ඕනෑම අවස්ථාවකදී යුද්ධ හමුදා රණවිරුවන් හට COVID-19 වෛරසය ආසාදනය වූහොත් ප්‍රතිකාර ගැනීම සඳහා පනාගොඩ යුද්ධ හමුදා මූලික රෝහල වෙන් කර තිබෙනවා.
The total amount of infections from the virus now stands at 1,717. However, the number of recoveries from the virus has increased up to 836, with 13 more recoveries reported. The amount of active cases also stands at 870.
මාසයකටත් අධික කාලයක් මුළුල්ලේ කිසිදු රෝගියෙක් ශේස්ත්‍රයෙන් වාර්තා වුණේ නැහැ. කොරෝනා ආසාදිතයින් පිට වාර්තා වන්නේ අර නාවික හමුදා කඳවුරෙන්. දැන් මේ වන විට ඒ තත්ත්වය බොහෝ දුරට පාලනය වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම පිට රට සිට මෙහි පැමිණෙන ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකයන් දැනට නිරෝධායන මධ්‍යස්ථානවල යොදවලා තියෙනවා. ඒ අය අතුරුනුත් රෝගීන් වාර්තා වෙනවා. එවැනි තත්ත්වයක් තමයි අපි දකින්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාව තුල.
In the meantime, 660 Indians who were stranded on board a cruise ship were flown to Mumbai and Goa aboard 2 Sri Lankan Airlines charter flights. Meanwhile, the curfew will remain in place island-wide until 4 a.m. on the 6th of June once it comes into effect at 10 p.m. today. The curfew will remain in effect only from 10 p.m. until 4 a.m. until further notice once the curfew is relaxed on the 6th of June. The Minister of Public Administration, Home Affairs, Provincial Councils and Local Government announced that tomorrow has been declared a holiday for all government institutions due to the imposition of an island-wide curfew on the day. Meanwhile, the government decided to use school buses, leisure and tourist buses as well as buses currently awaiting registration for transport services until the pandemic finally comes to an end in the country. This is in line with yesterday's decision by the government to continue public transport services on a regular basis from Monday.
කොරෝනා වෛරසය පැමිණීමට පෙර දුම්රිය සහ බස් රථවල හිටගෙනත් බොහෝ දුම්රියවල පාපුවරුවේත් මගේ ජනතාව ගමන් කරා. ඒත් ඉදිරියේදී බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා කොරෝනා වසංගතය ඉවත් වන තෙක් සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම ආසන මට්ටමට පමණක් මගේ ප්‍රවාහන කටයුතු සිදු කරන්න. ඒ අනුව මෙතෙක් මාර්ගස්ථ මගේ ප්‍රවාහනය සඳහා නොයොදන ලගද බස් රථ සියල්ල ශ්‍රී ලංකා ගමනාගමන මණ්ඩලය හා ලියාපදිංචි වෙලා මේ අවස්ථාවේදී මගේ ප්‍රවාහනය සඳහා එවම බස් රථ යොදවන්නට කටයුතු කරන්න කියලා අපි කාරුණිකව ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා. එවැනි බස් රථ හිමියන්ගෙන් ඉල්ලීමක් කරනවා 077 105 6034 077 105 6038 සහ 077 105 6137 දුරකථනයන් ඔස්සේ අපගේ නිලධාරීන් අමතා ඒ පිළිබඳව වැඩිදුර කරුණු ලබා ගැනීමට.
In CCTV footage released to the public yesterday by the Presidential Commission investigating the Easter Sunday attacks, a second explosion is witnessed following the detonation of a device by Fatima Jeffrey, the wife of Shangri-La bomber Ilham Ahmed, that claimed the lives of several police officers and her children. In other footage, Ilham Ahmed movements in the days leading up to the bombings are also shown, leading to further questions about his accomplices.
The first set of CCTV footage released to the public by the Presidential Commission investigating the Easter Sunday attacks shows a black car arriving at the residence of Mohammad Ibrahim in Mahavila Gardens, Dematagoda on 19th April 2019 at 6:54 p.m. and leaves at 7:03 p.m. The individual seen exiting the car at that moment is none other than Shangri-La bomber Mohammad Ibrahim Ilham Ahmad. Later the same night, the bomber returns home and is seen exiting the house at 12:02 a.m. carrying 2 bags, which he hands over to another individual who is seen wearing a cap. With the identity of the second individual still unknown, the relevant footage was not released to the public. In CCTV footage from the 20th of April 2019, Ilham Ahmad is again seen returning to the residence at 10:22 p.m. wearing a backpack and carrying another bag in his hand. He is seen being admitted into the house by his brother Mohammad Yusuf Ijaz Ahmad. Further footage from 21st April at 1:24 a.m. shows Ilham Ahmad exiting the residence wearing a red t-shirt and a cap. The footage shows his wife Fatima Jifri watching at the gate as he leaves. The CCTV footage also clearly shows 2 bombs exploding inside the Mahavilla Gardens residence on the 21st of April. On that fateful day, at 2:31 p.m, footage shows Colombo Crimes Division officers arriving at the location as Sub-Inspector Rohana Bandara and 4 other officers enter the house. The first bomb goes off at 2:36 p.m, claiming the lives of Sub-Inspector Rohana Bandara, seen in a grey t-shirt, as well as 3 other officers. Following the explosion, Mohammad Ibrahim and the mother of Fatima Jifri are seen exiting the house. Just 14 minutes after the first explosion at 2:53 p.m, the second bomb goes off as police officers enter the house with Mohammad Ibrahim in order to shut down the electricity breaker switch. Ibrahim is again seen exiting the house. Police Sergeant Vasant Kumara, who entered the house along with Sub-Inspector Rohana Bandara, testified today at the Presidential Commission. Sergeant Kumara stated that when he entered the house along with the team, there were 2 other males in the house and he was instructed to search the ground floor while SI Bandara proceeded to the upper floor. As he searched the ground floor, he stated that he could hear SI Bandara knocking on a door on the upper floor and attempting to gain entry. Sergeant Kumara added that he heard SI Bandara calling out to the inmates of the room to open the door, and after a few attempts, a loud explosion was heard, at which time a group of female residents and children exited the house. He added that he then called for backup, at which time a group of Criminal Investigation Department officers responded, and a short while later, the second bomb exploded. Following this, the officers entered the upper floor room and found the remains of the police officers, 1 female and several children. In the meantime, the brother of Fatima Jifri recorded evidence at the Presidential Commission yesterday. He stated that his family was a traditional Muslim family and that his sister had had a normal upbringing. He stated that at the age of 20 years old, his family accepted a proposal of marriage from Ilham Ahmad, and following that was when his sister Fatima Jifri had turned towards extremist beliefs. The witness revealed that his sister's beliefs changed to the extent that she claimed to be against the traditional Muslim faith in practice and even boycotted his own wedding ceremony. He added that after marriage, his sister had continued to criticize his family's religious traditions and practices and proceeded to withdraw from the public and cut off connections with her own family. The witness added that he realized that his sister had been brainwashed following an incident where she stated that she would follow in the footsteps of her husband. He revealed that following the first explosion on 21st April, his sister had telephoned his mother and pleaded with her to come to the Dematagoda residence immediately. He added that his mother then left her home in Maradana between 10 and 10:30 am and proceeded to Dematagoda. The commission then inquired from the witness as to what his sister had said to his mother on her arrival. The witness replied that his sister had told his mother that Ilham Muhammad had arrived home at around 1 am and proceeded to hug his children before leaving the house.
Colombo Additional Magistrate Kanchana Niranjana De Silva today rejected the Attorney General's request for a warrant for the arrest of former Valikada Police OIC Sudat Asmaralla, citing sections 33 and 34 of the Criminal Procedure Code. Charges have been filed against the former OIC for fabricating evidence relating to the hit-and-run incident involving former Minister Patali Champika Ranawaka last year.
The Colombo Additional Magistrate has rejected a request for the issuing of an arrest warrant against former officer in charge of the Valikada police station, Sudat Asmadala, in connection with charges of fabricating evidence in the hit-and-run case involving former Minister Patali Champika Ranawaka. Colombo Additional Magistrate Kanchana Niranjana De Silva stated that under sections 33 and 34 of the Criminal Procedure Code, the court has no authority to issue a warrant for the manner in which the police demand. Accordingly, the magistrate rejected the request of the police to issue a warrant and issued notice for the defendant to appear in court. However, the former OIC of the Valikada police appeared before the court through his lawyer when the order was issued. Attorney-at-law Ajit Patirana, appearing on behalf of the defendant, requested the court to release his client on bail as he appeared before the court before the relevant notice was even issued. Deputy Solicitor General Dilip Papiris, appearing on behalf of the Colombo Crimes Division, objected to the request, stating that the suspect had appeared before the court not because of his respect for the judiciary, but because of the strength of the conspirators involved in the crime. He pointed out that the former OIC had abused his official powers by influencing the then traffic OIC of the Valikada police station to swap former Minister Ranawaka's name with that of his drivers, according to a statement recorded with the police. The Deputy Solicitor General alleged that Sudat Asmadala is still attempting to conceal the truth by hiding the details of key persons involved in the incident. Further, the Deputy Solicitor General requested the court to remand the suspect until a statement is recorded from him, as it could interfere with the investigation if the suspect is released on bail. However, the additional magistrate stated that a suspect cannot be remanded only for the purpose of recording a statement.
COVID-19 may have turned the world upside down, but at times it has brought the best out in people. We bring you the story of Cindy Hudsey, a student of the University of Amsterdam in the Netherlands, who became stranded in the island, unable to return home due to the global pandemic. Cindy has all praise for Sri Lanka for giving her a home far away from home, while changing the topic of her initial thesis to write about the island's efforts to successfully tackle COVID-19.
Sri Lanka needs no introduction on its reputation for hospitality. This hospitality also goes a long way to explain as to why Sri Lanka is still called a paradise. Cindy Hudsey is a 24-year-old student of the University of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. On March 14th, she arrived in Sri Lanka to collect information for her thesis on the indigenous people in Sri Lanka, locally known as the Vedas. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Cindy not only had to halt her research, but also was denied her chance to return home. Therefore, thinking it would be timely to change the title of her thesis to Sri Lanka's social impact during the COVID-19 crisis, Cindy started collecting information with the support of the staff of the Uva Vedasa University.
14th of March, I came to Colombo. It was the moment that the quarantine started. At first, it was hard because it felt so uncertain. I didn't know what's going to happen with my research and all of that. And of course, I was scared for my health as well, of course. But soon I felt very at home. Everybody helped me so much. They kept me company. They would inform me about the situation since I couldn't watch the news. I would give this message that you have to, if you can, you have to visit Sri Lanka at least once in your life. Now, slowly, my research is coming to an end, and I don't know exactly when I can actually go back to Amsterdam, but the truth is that I'm not looking forward to it. I really feel at home here, and I really wish to stay more.
Cindy's story stands testament as to why Sri Lanka has a yet unmarred reputation for its world-renowned hospitality.
More news on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.
කොරෝනා වෛරසය පැතිරීම වළක්වන්න සබන් යොදා දෑත් සෝදන්න.
Welcome back. In your business news, the Securities and Exchange Commission and Colombo Stock Exchange have set out a new digitalization plan for replete with amendments to the stockbroker rules, central depository systems rules and listing rules submitted by the Colombo Stock Exchange in efforts to move the market to transition into an electronic-based system.
The Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka has approved amendments to the stockbroker rules, central depository system rules and listing rules submitted by the Colombo Stock Exchange, which will enable the stock market to transition from a paper-based to an electronic-based environment. Under the amended rules, statement of accounts and bought and sold notes sent by stockbroker firms to their clients and CDS monthly statements sent to account holders will be converted from paper-based hard copies to electronic formats. The rule amendments will facilitate the listed companies to send annual reports to their shareholders in a mode other than in printed form and the payment of dividends through electronic bank transfers. Investors are encouraged to make available their email addresses, bank account numbers and mobile numbers in the prescribed format to their stockbrokers in order to continue to receive the relevant statements. These changes are part of the market digitalization initiative initiated by the SEC-CSC Joint Committee, where under this initiative, an online account opening process would also be facilitated, where investors could open up a CDS account, start trading, and make settlements electronically without the need to physically visit a stockbroking office. Presently, internet-based trading is enabled through all stockbrokers, and the account creation and maintenance at the CDS and fund settlement between stockbroker firms and banks are fully electronic, Investors are therefore urged to register for online trading and online banking services. However, under this initiative, the account opening process with stockbrokers, which is presently paper-based, and the post-trade settlement process for local retail individuals, which is mostly check-based, will be converted to an electronic format, thereby bringing significant operating efficiencies to the system and improving the client experience and convenience. This will also assist in ensuring uninterrupted market operations in the event of unexpected restrictions.
Sri Lanka stocks were down 0.17% at close today, dragged down by Sampath Bank. The all-share price index fell 8.17 points to 4,782.43. The S&P SL20 index of more liquid stocks closed down 1.04% or 20.44 points to 1,952.34. Market turnover amounted to 1.3 billion rupees, while 54 stocks gained and 60 stocks fell. Here's a brief report on today's market performance.
We saw another red day today in the market, with the SPI declining by around 8 points and S&P SL20 declining by around 20 points, despite the verdict of the Supreme Court dismissing the petitions yesterday. So with the selling pressure, we saw selling pressure across the banking sector counters, except of course in commercial bank. HNB and Sampath, the other two big banks, saw selling pressure, while we saw heavy activity in John Case Holdings. John Case Holdings turnover actually boosted turnover for the day. We saw about 4.2 million shares changing hands in terms of crossings. We saw 6 crossings in John Case Holdings and about 1 crossing in Vidul Lanka taking place today. Foreigners continue to be on the selling side. The net foreign outflow exceeding by around 100 million rupees, while the month to date exceeded 200 million rupees. And the year to date from January to May now exceeds 12 billion rupees worth of outflows. So with that, turnover level also got boosted. We saw a high level of turnover today as well. We saw a significant amount of retail activity, high net worth activity, and also institutional activity taking place.
The Sri Lankan rupee closed firmer at 185 rupees and 75 to 85 cents to the US dollar in the spot market today. The rupee however closed at 185 rupees and 80 to 186 rupees to US dollars in the spot market yesterday. Let's take a look at how the rupee traded against other major currencies today. We'll return shortly after this break. Stay tuned. And that is a wrap here at First at 9. Thank you for joining. I'm Shanella Fernando. Good night.